a child with lots of love. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love, lots of love.
My name is Sukai Todd, and I am deal. I will grind you to sand beneath my Sailor Moon heels. Happy Wednesday, girls, gays, F-boys, grown men, and my non-binary royal families. Here are my usual disclaimers. As always, these are purely my subjective opinions. Take what you want, leave the rest. It's not my fault you're like in love with me or something. Hopefully you heard the winks. I'm sorry that people are so offended by me, but I can't help it that I'm genuine. I can't even say it with a straight face. Okay, no, yeah, let's get into the actual review of Mean Girls 2024. So, as you may know, or you may not know, I am a fan of musicals. For my longtime viewers, you know that I'm a fan of The Greatest Showman from 2017, and I still kind of am. Possible review of that movie coming at some point, I don't know, no guarantees. But this is my actual review, not the reaction, which I already shared on this YouTube channel, so click somewhere if you want to find it. Okay, for starters, let's start with the good. The music overall is really incredible. I do have my top 3 favorite tracks by Renee Rapp. Yes, Renee Rapp is my awesome girl crush. I loved her work in this movie, especially given the fact that she's played Regina George on Broadway, and I feel like aside from Rachel McAdams' slayage in 2004, Renee Rapp really embodies Regina George in 2024. My top 3 favorite tracks from the main soundtrack by Renee Rapp are Meet the Plastics, Someone Gets Hurt, and of course, World Burn. Classic song, in my opinion. As for Angourie Rice, I hope I'm saying her name correctly. I'm just going to call her Caddy. Katie Heron 2024 version. But yeah, the new Katie Heron, she actually did a fairly good job, in my opinion. As I said in my first video on Mean Girls 2024, I was questioning her work, especially early on in the movie. Her song in the opening had me a little concerned at first, but as the movie progressed, I think she really shined in the movie, in my opinion. I think Revenge Party with Janice Emike and Damien, whose actress names I do not want to butcher, was her best work. Granted, it was her shortest singing portion, but I think she did a cute job with her part in Revenge Party. My other favorite tracks on the soundtrack include A Cautionary Tale, Apex Predator, Sexy, and of course, Revenge Party. It was also amazing to see the OG Caddy Heron, Lindsay Lohan, yes queen, return in her cameo moment at near the end of the movie. It was so legendary and iconic, so freaking fetch. I'm here for it. So fetch. A special section on the Revenge Party, though. Okay, so Revenge Party was a really brilliant song, in my opinion. It's so Broadway in the movie styling. And I have to say this. This movie, and this number in particular in this movie, is gay AF. It's giving June Pride. Is it June that's Pride Month? Yeah, in America. It's giving pride. It's giving pride. It's just so pride. So pride. So full of pride. So LGBTQIA plus pride. Like, it's so prideful. Wink, wink. So full of pride. It's so pride. Okay, bad puns are done. Allegedly. But yeah, I think Revenge Party was so gay, and I loved it overall. Like, in my opinion, it was just so gay. And Regina George is so gay in this movie. Like, yes, Shane Owen and Aaron Samuels are there, but like, she's gay as hell. She's gay, and I love her. Anyway, Mother Regina. Anyway, I also think the pacing of the movie, of the new Mean Girls movie musical, is actually good overall, in my opinion. Which is a perfect segue into my critiques of this movie. So, the first critique, and the biggest critique I have, remains the same in this movie as well as in the original 2004 version. The girl-on-girl violence in this new version. As I mentioned in my prior video, I do think the filmmakers did a good enough job to desensitize me from the violence to a certain extent, but it's something that still bothers me about the franchise. At least in the new version, I feel like it's much more satirical and less disturbing. A little less disturbing, in my opinion. It is still disturbing, mind you, but I do think it is not serving the male gaze as much as in the 2004 version, in my opinion. The first movie, Mean Girls 2004, seemed to borderline encourage the school riot and the girl-on-girl crime, and for the male gaze, this is what it felt like that whole moment, that whole situation was for, and other than Queen Regina getting her revenge, which was fair, but like, it felt like they were trying to serve the male audience a little too much in that scene, and in my opinion, which feeds a lot of problematic stuff, including the misogyny that is unfortunately still a part of this movie. My second critique is, of course, as a bisexual person myself, I wish Katie Heron and Regina were the couple that got together in the end. I wish they had gotten together, man. That would have been like power couple. Anyway. But I guess Katie is somehow straight in this movie. Although the way she looked at Regina and the way Regina looked at her, I'm just saying. And also, sidebar, the bathroom scene that was deleted from the first version is now in this version. And yeah, here for it. You feel the girl crush / borderline lesbianism coming from those two in that scene in the new version. And it's like, just get them together, dang it. Although I am glad that Principal Duval and Mrs. Norbury Duval are together, in my opinion. Okay. And I still get the strong vibe that Katie is definitely, at the minimum, crushing on Regina, in my opinion. I mean, who won't want to be in love with her? Anyway, I digress. My third and final critique about this movie is not necessarily with the movie itself. 3 guesses about what I'm about to say. If you guess that I'm saying the issue is the issue I have with the fandom, good job. That's so fetch. But I do not. I want to make this disclaimer very prominent here. I do not think the entirety of the fandom is this way. I really don't. I'm not saying the whole fandom. I'm just saying a vast majority of it. But I try my best not to generalize, okay? So just please keep that in mind. But I have always found it really troubling and rather annoying that people just want to attack this movie musical. Especially if you're a person who does not like musicals. And if you don't like musicals. Yeah, if you don't like musicals, well, I already said this in my previous video, but rules are rules. You can't sit with us. You can't sit with us. So go away, loser. But no, yeah, no. All jokes aside, I I think the fandom is really desperate to find things to hate on and monetize their needless hatred for whatever reason, which that reason is totally not greed and hunger for fame, which is highly hypocritical and extremely contradictory, but that's just my opinion. Sidebar, I do know that this is a form of escapism for some. I kind of get it, but I think there are more constructive ways to have escapism, in my opinion, that don't involve total hypocrisy. Furthermore, if you feel like you hate this movie just from the trailers or the fact that it's Mean Girls or whatever have you, what a pity. But if you hate this movie and you do have the choice to not watch it, I have a tip for you. Come closer. A little closer. Okay, come closer. Not that close. Back up a little bit. Okay. Don't watch it. Just watch something you do like. I'm not kidding. Find something better to do with your time. Don't watch a movie you hate just because you want to get views. It's lame. Stop trying to make lame happen. It's still not going to happen. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox now. So yeah, I guess you could say it irritates me that people monetize hatred, especially if they don't watch it. They just hate stuff fun, hate on it to make money. And then when they make money, they get big headed and act like they're not big headed. Star Wars theory. Anyway, I said what I said. But yeah, no, especially with misinformation, which sucks. But yeah, that's the truth, losers. Anyway, um, but yeah, so let's get to my final thoughts on the Mean Girls 2024 film, what I think of it, and my overall rating. But I do want to add this for those who despise this movie because it doesn't meet their expectations. It doesn't have the quote unquote meanness. Hope you heard the air quotes from the movie. As well as some of the other much, 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 much more problematic content. Coach Carr, I'll leave it there. But this is a question I have for you, and this is a genuine question. A genuine question. So hear me out, okay? Listen closely. Closely. Do you think it's better to see young girls violently beating each other up for the male gaze, which is already misogynistic and dangerous, for a good 5 minutes? At least 5 or 6? Is that better than an already misogynistic, film that is a pick-me film still, unfortunately, in my opinion? But is that better than a shorter version with more toned down amounts of violence that is the 3-minute 35-second scene with Renee Rapp's powerful vocals to make sense of the violence? Why? Do you think 5 minutes of awful girl on girl violence is better than 3 minutes 35 seconds of it with Renee Rapp? Why? Just why? I genuinely want to know why that is better to you. Because to me, it's not. It actually makes it more disturbing, more misogynistic, and more concerning. Okay? That's the part of Mean Girls that never sat well with me and still doesn't. But Renee Rapp makes it semi-better because when she sings about making the world burn, it makes a lot of sense. She helps me personally make sense of that horrendously problematic stuff, in my opinion. So I just want to know why you think Mean Girls 2004 is better. You know? Like, that scene. I'm not talking about the whole movie, but why does that girl-on-girl violence seem better than this version? I'm concerned about that. It's actually very concerning to me. It's like, it's not fetch. It's not fetch at all. It's not fetch. So, yeah. Can we ask? Can I discuss this? Why is it better to see Regina actually get physically hit? I'm sure they CGI'd it in the Mean Girls 2004, and I'm sure they CGI'd it in this version. But why do you think it's better for the 2004 stands, before y'all start screaming at me like toddlers? Why do you think that's better, seeing someone get, quote unquote, literally hit by a bus, than seeing a quick moment where it just literally passes by? Like, why is the violence being toned down and then near the end of it so unfetch? So not fetch. Like, I don't get it. Why is it being massively shortened somehow bad? I still think the movie's plenty violent here and there. It could be a horror film if they escalated things. If certain things went certain ways within the film, it could be considered a horror film. A very quirky horror film. Like, and I know that's possibly a hot take, but I just genuinely want to know, respectfully, bitches, but like, why? Why are you so offended? Especially if you do like musicals. But like, be nice, okay? And for those of you who do love Mean Girls 2024, don't be sorry for something you didn't do. Okay? I hope you guys got that reference. Okay, so get in loser work, including the video. I know, right? Finally. Anyway. So, my final thoughts on Mean Girls 2024. Somebody better comment that this video is fetch in the comments. I dare you. But yeah, I said is fetch, keyword. Alright, but I think Mean Girls 2024 is a great movie musical. And so far, it's the best movie I've seen, in my opinion, this year so far. And I've already seen a few movies so far, and trust me, reviews for those will be coming up soon. No, not all of them are in 2024. The year literally just started like in January, so don't expect all these reviews to happen at once. But yeah, no. Aside from some slight pacing issues, my issue with the girl-on-girl violence, and of course, Aaron Samuels breaking up Katie and Regina, which, ugh. But yeah, I ship Katie and Regina. Deal with it. Okay, biatch. But yeah, no. And I think this version, except for those minor critiques I have, and then Gory Rise being a bit questionable in the beginning, is a triumphant, mean, catty, get it? Anyway, catty, campy, sexy, humorous, so bad it's good. So gay in the best possible way, in my opinion. Ooh, that's iconic. And above all, it's so freaking fetch. And I am so freaking fetch for saying that. It's freaking fetch AF. It's a fetch AF movie, okay? Deal with it. I love it. I really do. I love it. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. It's giving High School Musical meets Mean Girls on steroids, okay? I don't know if I can say that, so I'll just say that once. But like, upgraded. Beyonce upgraded that. Damien upgraded it. Yes. And if you need a shade of pink, let me know what shade you need, hun. I got some pink. What shade do you need, dear? Anyway, losers. For those questions I asked, I want you to keep, before you type, just think about what I'm saying. Maybe rewatch both movies if you want to. I'm not forcing you to, but I'm saying just watch them both, compare them, and tell me, with thoughtfulness and critical thinking, am I wrong? If you think I'm wrong, you may say so politely, but don't just say you're wrong. No, like you with the spelled U and R spelled R and wrong spelled without a W. No. No, you will be deleted and blocked. Anyway, your comment will be deleted. You will be blocked, bitch. I said bitch like 3 times. But yeah, no. Okay, losers. So I just want to say these are all my opinions. As always, take what you want, leave the rest. I hope you enjoyed this video. There is more K-pop content coming soon, so I hope you guys will look forward to that, you lovely viewers. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to follow me on Instagram. And if you liked what you heard, or heard what you liked, please click the like button. Don't you already know that we blondes have more fun? Don't you already know that we blondes are not dumb? Don't you already know that we blondes are more fun? Don't you already know that we blondes are not dumb?